Alright, I will go ahead and show you guys a little bit more about what's going on with the frame in the car. So I took the frame rails this morning, and I knew that the back side of that frame rail, I was getting ready to close it off forever. Once I, weld it to the car, it's done for. You're never going to have access to it again. So basically what I did was I sandblasted the back side of that frame rail as well as the top. And then I went across it with weld-through primer because I know I'm fixing to do some welding there. My understanding of weld-through primer is that it basically galvanizes the metal, kind of like galvanized pipe, so that, after you weld it, you've got some sort of a coating on it. I don't really know, frankly, that keeps it from rusting, so ask me if it works in 5 years. We'll see. So I sandblasted the backs, I did the tops, I hit them with weld-through primer, and then after I did them with weld-through primer, I went ahead and ran a coat of epoxy primer along the outside and the tops of the frame rails. The reason I did the tops of the frame rails is because if you'll notice here, there's a gap right here, and especially gets bigger and bigger right towards the middle of the frame rail. Can you see that there? So it kind of touches on the ends down here and down here, but it kind of pokes out in the middle. So basically, the inside of my rocker is not perfectly straight. So what I'm going to have to do is run a strip of angle iron right down through there and right down the bottom where I can, push that angle iron in and make it seat up against this, weld it, and then connect it to the frame rail. And that's the plan for making sure that the frame rails are actually affixed to the car. So, anyways, that's what's going on there. I did get everything done up here in the front, so I went ahead and fully welded this joint because I knew that once I mounted the frame rail to the car that you would not be able to access that weld again, and so I went ahead and did that weld, did the same thing on both sides, ground it down on the top so you could then lay the floor down on top of it. And I also went as far as to bevel my seams right here where they met so that I could make sure that I had something to actually fill in right there and there. So I only left this tacked in place. That way, if I change my mind about something here, it's not the end of the world to go back and fix it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I have still got the next big piece that I've got to do is going to be my rear cross member that runs all the way from there to there and then has a drive shaft loop here. Now, let me kind of roll out from underneath the car. Oh, goodness gracious, try this. Okay, wow. That is way too low for a man of 38, about to be 39 years old. Here's my drive shaft loop, right? I recently ordered in a bending die for my JD squared tubing bender. You might not think it. That damn bending die is about $400, but it does allow you to bend tube, which is great. So the tightest one that they had, frankly, is way too big for a drive shaft loop. However, I think I'm still going to be able to use it because my car is not like all the rest of the cars out there. The drive shaft does not move up and down. It stays affixed because this is an IRS, independent rear suspension car. So I think what I'm going to be able to do is just take a little bit of that drive shaft loop and just kind of do like a little half moon right over the top. And that's the plan anyway. Will it work out that way? I don't know. We'll see. There we go. Mustache Ian signing off. You guys have a great weekend. If you want to see more, click subscribe. Click thumbs up down below if you would as a favor to me. Appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend. Take care.